Hi again folks, how's all doing? Here we have a Bachmann Class 25 that was sent to me by a chap called Bob. He said this was working fine and then just suddenly stopped dead. So let's turn on the power. Absolutely nothing, not even any lights. Nope, and nothing on the ammeter. So we'll shove her into the shed and we'll open her up and see what's up. Okay then, a Bachmann Class 25. I was just about to go out and cut my front hedge, but started raining, so I'll have a look at this instead. This will be centrally mounted motor, 2 drive shafts, I would imagine. Nice model. Yeah, I don't have a 25. I maybe should see if I could pick one up. Right, okay, we've got 4 screws, there, and there. Let's get them undone. See if this body comes off. Right, is this going to come off? There we go. Is anything attached? Nope, good. Oh my word, look at the state of this. We've got a bit of corrosion on the solder joints. Kind of looks like the that's blown. That looks like it's got damp at some point. 8-pin blanking plate, but that could be the reason it's not working. So we'll need to get the motor out to test that, but that PCB needs replaced. So these screws here will release the bogies. I was worried about lighting. I don't think there is any lighting. Right, okay. Right, that comes. I think it'd be as well to just desolder these, or even just cut the wires, to be honest. And the motor bogies are going to need a good clean up as well. That's that one out. I'm guessing this was maybe kept in a garage or something like that. Right, so much soldering into that wire, I'll just have to snip it. Snip that, and that gets that bogie out. Do the same with this one. Had have been as well snipping these and desoldering them. This screw here is stripped. So somebody's been in here having a right good jiggery faff. Yeah, that's got it. Gets that out. States that one in. Yeah, all sorts of rubbish in there. Very nasty looking coppery goldy coloured grease by the looks of it. Don't like the look of that. I want to get into the motor, so I need to undo these screws. Lifts off. And do those wires just go direct to the motor? Yes, they do. So we'll need to desolder those as well. So that one off. And that one. So with that out of the way, we've got 4 screws here, here, here and here. If we undo these, we should get this chassis apart and get into the motor. No screw in there. Yeah, somebody's definitely been in here. Potentially this could be quite an expensive repair for Bob. He might need a new motor and a new circuit board. Still cheaper than replacing the locomotive though. And externally the locomotive's fine, so well worth getting a new motor and circuit board if that's what it needs. That comes off, and there is the motor. So, what happens when we stick a battery on those wires? Are we going to get a spinning motor? Yes, we do. That's good news. The motor's okay. Yeah, that's away as well. And that's, yeah. I'm going to go on the Bachmann website and see if we can get a replacement for that. Okay, so I've been on the Bachmann website, and thankfully you can get replacements of these. So I've emailed Bob to tell him how much it'll be and see if he's happy for me to order one up. Looking at the one on the Bachmann website, there should be a capacitor on here, but that looks to be in a bit of a mess to me. And yeah, so for what these cost, we'll get a new one, and hopefully it'll be okay. So in the meantime, we'll give everything else a clean up. You know, the bogies are in a right old mess, so they'll get a good scoosh out and a good clean up, and we'll clean the wheels. I'm very surprised that this doesn't have any lighting. However, it's one less thing to worry about. Right, okay, it's beer o'clock. I shall wait to hear from Bob and then order up the part, and we'll get back to this in a few days' time. Okay, so a few days later, here is the replacement board from Bachmann. Just compare it with the old one. So it looks like we've got a slightly better quality blanking plate. The coils aren't broken, and we've got that suppressor or capacitor fitted. And that looks a lot better than that. What we have to do is solder these wires onto those terminals there, and then solder the bogies onto these terminals. Straightforward enough. I think while we've got the motor exposed, we shall give the bearings a wee spot of oil. Right, okay. So hopefully these will just poke through the little holes, and that'll make soldering these on a relatively easy job. Right, blob of solder on there, and a blob of solder on there. Right, I'm not going to screw this down yet. I'll wait till we've got the bogies wired in as well. So I'll need to mount this into the chassis. So that's going to go in there like that. Okay, that's that on. So now I want to fit the bogies. Now off camera, while I was waiting for the new circuit board to arrive, I've given these a clean up and some fresh lubrication. I didn't bother videoing it because you've seen me scoosh things out and re-grease them many times. So they've just got the usual treatment. So this will be the usual fiddle. We've got to get the wires up in there through the chassis and then engage the drive shaft with the motor. That's in there. That one in there. Pull that through. Pull that through. It's engaged. I grease the end of the drive shaft. Get that in position. And we'll get a screw down in there to hold it in place. That's a strip screw. I need to use a bigger screwdriver. There we go. So I want the black wire to poke up through there, and the red wire through there. Like so. I'll get some solder onto those. We pull the solder on there. And a wee blob of solder on there. There we go. And now we need to do the same for the other bogie. Feed the red wire up through there. Come on, get in. That. Black wire through. Pull both wires through. And then try and engage the drive gear. You can see the grease at the end of it there into the socket on that flywheel, which is easier said than done. There we go. Screw that down. So, looks okay. Right. That's before. Want the black wire to go up through there. And that red wire to go up through there. Pull the solder on there. Just a wee bit more. And a wee blob of solder on there. That'll do it. Right, before we screw this down, we'll give it a wee test. See if this runs. Fingers crossed. And there we go. Very nice. We shall screw this into position. Get these wires sorted. There we go. Right. So this body has to fit a particular way round. There's two holes there in this block, and I think these are supposed to fit into those holes. So it will fit on like that. Like so. 4 screws. These screws are not magnetised, so I need to put a wee bit of black tack on the screwdriver. You don't want to over tighten these, just when they stop turning, stop turning. I should say that if a replacement circuit board wasn't available, it'd be possible just to wire this up, just connecting the wires from the bogies to the motor directly, and it would have run fine under DC, but it's good to keep it as it should be and just replace that circuit board. So it could be converted for, it could have a DCC chip fitted if you so wished. Right, there we go, a very nice running Class 25 with no lights. Okie dokie, let's go and pull it out of the shed. Righto then, let's bring out the 25. So there we go, that's Bob's Bachmann Class 25 sorted out with a new PCB and running quite nicely. So yeah, as I said, it would have been possible to simply do away with the PCB and wire the pickups direct to the motor, and it would have run fine under DC. But it's better to do something properly, and you never know, this might want to have a chip stuck in it one day. I was very surprised this doesn't have any lighting, but it makes things easier not having it, much less wiring to fiddle with. And really for a Bachmann diesel, this was very easy to work on. I don't have a Class 25, and I wouldn't mind picking one of these up at some point. It's a nice runner, and not having lighting doesn't really bother me too much. I guess it would be possible to fit it if you really wanted to, but yeah, I might look out for one of these. Just a wee reminder that I hope to pop into the Edinburgh Model Railway exhibition this weekend. I'm planning to be there on the Saturday morning, I think, so if any of you are there and you see me, please do come and say hello. Right, I shall get this 25 packed up and sent back to Bob. Catch you later, folks.